right to the end, to the 4th Street. Where the
Kim
stop
Seaver
sign is.
points out a section on 7th Avenue South. It's an area where he hopes to see a little less of this and a little more of this.
This entire street, 7th Avenue, from where it begins at 4th Street to where it ends at Mayor McGrath Drive, is planned to, in the next 3 or 5 years, it's our understanding, to become a bike boulevard.
The city is in the planning stages of developing more bike paths so that commuter cyclists like Seaver will have a safer place to ride.
The bike boulevard is going to be a designated roadway within the city of Lethbridge that is going to favor cycling over the private automobiles.
Well, it's not about pathways, it's about cycling network, so which will consist of different type of facilities, which includes pathways, includes separated cycle lanes, or cycle tracks, or cycle lanes, and bike boulevards.
And according to the results of the city's residential phone survey conducted back in January of this year, more than half of us own a bike and would cycle to work if there was better access.
So if your destination is within 1 to 5 kilometers, you consider cycling rather than driving. So we have about 65% people agree that our city has destinations within the biking distance. We still have fewer people doing commuting to cycling. We have about 26% people commuting to school or to work. Still, recreation cycling is the major purpose for cycling. And we want to move this from recreation. Of course, it's important, it's very good for health, but we also want to be making it a transportation option for people. So that's the purpose of this project.
As one of the founding members of Bike Bridge Cycling Association, Seaver says this is a positive step the city is taking.
We think that having proper cycling infrastructure in the city will encourage more people to cycle. Cycling on the sidewalk is preferred option for several people, but it's against the law technically in Lethbridge, and a lot of people don't feel safe sharing the road with drivers. So having proper cycling infrastructure in place will make sure that people who are uncomfortable with the current infrastructure would be more comfortable using the road.
Seaver says some of the proposed changes in the city's cycle master plan are to turn 7th Ave South into a bike boulevard, decrease speed limits, and add roundabouts that force traffic to veer off of 7th Ave South, and install pedestrian and cycling lights at 13th Street South.
By allowing cyclists and pedestrians to trigger lights at that intersection, it will allow better flow and safer flow of traffic.
The city is also holding a series of public engagement evenings to get feedback on preferred or desired cycling paths.
We'll ask their feedback. So how do they feel about this? You know, we may be having some options, for example. So here is the network, here are some routes, and here are the facility type options. So which one would you prefer?
The next public engagement will be held in June, with the final one being in the fall. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Jeannette Rocher.